you guys, it's your girl Chi-Town Blue here with another installment of the A-List Alert coming on behalf of the Key S Expressions Publishing / Multimedia Division. We are doing big things in the Midwest, you guys. This is another segment of Shock Value, you guys, and guess who is on the runway today? It is Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Chris Rock. Welcome aboard, you guys. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by the page. Please like, share, and subscribe on everything that you see. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much again for stopping by the page. And if you're on the fence, get off the fence. Join the crowd. Thank you so much. You all guys are a part of 105.7 thousand views, seen all over the globe. Thank you so much. Mwah, from the bottom of my heart. Okay, let's get started. Now, do I believe that Will Smith was justified in hitting Chris Rock on the Oscars program? Yes. This is why I say this. Because when you are younger generation, depending on what your background is, you're taught as a young boy to watch out for mom, children, and animals. That's fundamental. So when I see Chris Rock and he's making satire based off of something negative that has taken place in Jada Pinkett's life, that is a medical situation, alopecia, it's like 200,000 cases a year. So it has to be something of significance in order to make it known across the globe about the treatment and things of that nature. She's taking steroids, medication, to alleviate what she's going through on a regular basis, and she's not alone. The immune system is eating away at the hair follicles. That's a medical situation. If he was saying those things derogatory in a regular 9 to 5, it would be considered sexual harassment. So do I believe that Will Smith had an obligation to represent his family and his wife and go to bat for her like that? Yes. Totally. He could have came for Will. He could have came for Denzel Washington. He could have came for The Rock or Samuel L. Jackson, because he knew in that room that those fellas are of a certain level, stature, and would have handled it the same exact way. That's why he didn't come for them. He went for Jada because she was an easy target, an easy mark. Those statements nationwide could have affected her economically, meaning that someone could say, well, maybe she's too sick to do this job, or we shouldn't take her seriously as an actress because of her situation. Nobody's taking her seriously in that arena. Look at what Chris Rock said. And yes, sure enough, they both submitted apologies, but I don't believe Will should have. And I also don't believe, I was on Twitter earlier and people were saying that his Academy Award should be taken away from him. I don't believe that that's true. That his body of work speaks for itself, and it has nothing to do with his behavior on the Oscar TV show at all. Nothing. So I don't think that anything should be taken from him at all. Is this a lesson learned? Yeah. Chris Rock is jealous. I believe that he's envious of the success of the Smiths. I mean, nobody told him to put a dress on. He decided to do that and messed up his own career. And then he decides to go on Empire and thinks that he has all this pool of energy and everything like that to do the same thing and come on and say whatever he wants to say. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense at all. So what I did was I went on Twitter and found the Academy Awards and website, and what they said was they don't condone any type of violence whatsoever. That's not true. I went through a website called goldderby.com, and they had a whole list of at least 10 of the top movies that were geared towards violence that the Academy actually gave a green light to. And I'm going to read those. So the first one is Joker, 93 million at the box office. Joaquin Phoenix was the actor that played that. This list is coming from October 13th, 2019. 22 movies total. I'm going to read some of them. Now, Bonnie and Clyde, Warren Beatty was the actor there. 1967. Faye Dunaway was in that too. Midnight Cowboy, 1969. Dustin Hoffman was there as well, was in that one. A Clockwork Orange, which was done in 1971. This violent scene in that one where a quartet goes into a rich writer's home and actually beats him up until he's crippled, while Alex, who was the main character, rapes his wife as he sings Dancing in the Rain. Also, The French Connection, star Gene Hackman. That was a one that was done. Fargo was done in 1996. Frances McDormand played in that one. Saving Private Ryan, which was in 1998, Tom Hanks. I actually viewed that one. That was very gory and graphic too. They were talking about the war and all of the things that soldiers go through in order to prepare for that and what they are. They showed the battle and things of that nature. In order to do that, Ron Howard was the one that was behind that one, Saving Private Ryan. Also, Platoon, which was in 1986, that was done with Charlie Sheen. Fatal Attraction in 1987, that was with Glenn Close and Michael Douglas. Out of that particular movie, I always remember they had a pet rabbit, and she goes and she puts the rabbit into hot boiling water. So in that one, Michael Douglas is married, has an affair with Glenn Close. Glenn Close is very clingy, very narcissistic. And so she goes through these different challenges in order to get him away from his wife. But Michael Douglas overrides her and all that stuff. And I think she ended up dying or something in the movie, whatever, so go see it. Deliverance is in 1972 with Burt Reynolds. Jaws, 1975 with Steven Spielberg. Richard Dreyfuss was in that one. Taxi Driver, 1976. Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro played in that one. The Deer Hunter, which was in 1978, Christopher Walken was in there. Midnight Express, 1978, Brad Davis. You also have Silence of the Lambs in 1991. Pulp Fiction in 1995, John Travolta, Sam Jackson was in that one. And then Braveheart, Mel Gibson, 1995. That's the list that I have of just violent movies that got a green head nod from the American Academy Awards, the Oscars. And then Inglourious Basterds in 2009, which was with Brad Pitt. And then Precious in 2009 with Monique. And then Django Unchained 2012 with Jamie Foxx. Quentin Tarantino was very popular during that year. He was shelling out movies left and right with that one. Now, I also found a list as far as CBR.com. They did their own list regarding some of the top movies that were gory or horrific or anything like that. That also had strong sexual content in it as well. So one of the ones was Monsters Ball with Halle Berry. She won an Academy Award for her role in that, won an Oscar. The sexual scenes were what was included in that. And then also, going back to the beginning, 1931, it was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That was by a novel in 1886, the novel The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Stevenson. 9 was Rosemary's Baby in 1968, won Best Supporting Actress. Mia Farrow, the young mother, was convinced that her elderly neighbors are part of a satanic cult. That's what that one was about. The Exorcist in 1973 won Best Adapted Screenplay, nominated for 10. First top nominated for the Best Picture, The Exorcist. Okay. Number 7 was Omen, 1976, Best Original Score. Alien, 1979, won Best Visual Effects. Starred Sigourney Weaver. Now remember her, she was in Ghostbusters at first. So she did Ghostbusters, the comedy movie with Dan Aykroyd. And then she went on to star in Alien. She played Ripley, which had to end up fighting the aliens for human procreation as well. The Fly was done in 1986. Best Makeup, Jeff Goldblum played a scientist who, after a failed experiment, turned into a fly. The Silence of the Lamb, again, 1991, won for Best Picture. Starred Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster. Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Director, Best Horror Film. Okay. Misery with Katie Bates. Now, Katie Bates was in Steel Magnolias, if I'm not mistaken. No, Fried Green Tomatoes. That's the movie that she was originally in, and then she was in Misery. She was an excessive fan who holds her favorite romance novelist captive in her home. But she won Best Actress. The novel was from Stephen King. So, also in 1992, Bram Stoker's Dracula got, and then Get Out in 2017 got the best nomination for Best Screenplay. So also I want to go back to the introduction of this. Since 1968, there has not been a G-rated movie that has gotten recognition through the Academy Awards. So that totally wipes out their statement of not condoning violence of any kind, because all of their movies that have gotten recognition or some type of green light from them have been rated R movies. There was only one in 1968. It was called Oliver. It was given a G-rated movie. That was the only movie through the history of the awards where they had received an Academy nomination or gotten the actual award. So they can't say that they don't condone violence. Sex and violence is what steers the box office. So now to see something like Will Smith and Chris Rock go head to head, it really contradicts everything that they stand for now. So now you're going to make him the poster boy or crucify him for defending his family. They said on Twitter that they're going to do like an investigation based on their conduct laws and things of that nature. But you're not putting both people up. If you're going to do that for Will Smith, then what you need to do is, as a community of people who are in the industry, make it a requirement that every filmmaker removes violence and sexual undertones in their projects. Make that a requirement for being a part of the Oscars. They won't do that because the money is too great based on those two elements. So how can you now throw a stone and then hide your hand? It makes no sense to me at all. There's no reason you should put anything on Will Smith. Let him keep his Oscar because he earned it. Him defending the honor of his wife, kudos. Kudos. More men should do it. Stop telling us that we need to step up. And then when it's time for us to step up, you back up and say we're in the wrong, or you try to crucify us. One person on there said, hey, look, because this is an event, there's a certain way that things should have went. Are you kidding me? You don't go to a restaurant, get disrespected, and then leave the restaurant and try to address the situation. You stay at the restaurant. You get the managers involved, and you may get a free meal out the deal and not have to pay anything because you were wrong in the situation. You don't sit up there and say, okay, it's okay for a drunk driver to hit you and you're a victim, but you're wrong because you were pissed because your car was messed up because you were hit by a drunk driver. That makes no sense. You have an obligation and a right to defend your family and honor that, period. I believe in that. I stand on that with everything. Because again, I said again, if Chris Rock would have had that same energy and that behavior in a regular 9 to 5, it would have been considered sexual harassment and he would have lost his job. He does not get a free pass. He does not get a free pass in this. By no means. Because he started it by saying what he said derogatory on a health issue that affects 200,000 people a year. 200,000 U.S. cases a year. That's not talking about overseas. And so you're going to sit up there and poke fun at it because you want to be relevant? Satire? No. Unacceptable behavior all the way around. So kudos to Will Smith. You should have known that a person that portrays Ali still has their training. And if you cross that line, rumble, young man, rumble. And remember, ladies, if you are a part of the Curve Nation, are we little girls? Hell no. So do we tap on doors? Hell no. If you are a part of the Curve Nation, ladies, remember to kick that bitch off the hinges. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.